the God story. And when we fall out of the limited human story, we experience the God story, which is happening right now. It's the experience of love. It's the experience of presence. It's the experience of oneness that can be felt right now when we fall out of the human story of little old me, by myself, lack, scarcity, limited, fear, anger, hatred. I don't like this person. I don't like this person. That's the human story. When you come to peace and acceptance with the divine story, and you allow that to bubble up through you and allow you to see life from a different point of view, allow you to have a different perspective, allow your perspective to go from level 1 to level 20. Oh, what it do? Welcome back! Hey, thanks for tuning in today. Hope you're having a beautiful day. And as you saw the title, we're going to be talking about the human story and the divine story. And let's start with the human story, because the human story is what most humans are familiar with. And the human story is one of separation, it's one of scarcity, it's one of lack, it's one of hatred, it's one of anger. And it's all okay though, because we also have a divine story. But the human story is what most of us walk around with. We see someone that's black or white and we like, wow, that person is better than me, or that person is less than me because he's black. We see people that are living in scarcity because they don't think that there's enough. We see people fighting and creating war, and it's not even people, it's us as human beings believing in a story of limitation and believing in a story of separation, not seeing the divine source of life that's flowing through all of us. And so we must be in this place where we're fighting against our brother and sister. We must be in this place where we think that I'm the only one out here and I ain't got no support. We must play out this story if we believe in this story, but this is not the only story. So I want to give you some hope today. Can I get a sign? I want to bring some hope. I want to shine some light on this experience. Because when we see clearly, we live freely. When we see clearly, we shine brighter. When we see clearly, we have a better understanding of how this world is working. We're able to get ourselves in alignment with the law, in alignment with God, in alignment with love. And we experience heaven on earth, which is also available right now, because that is the divine story. The divine story is the foundation through which the human story arises from. The divine story is a story of unity. It's a story of abundance. It's a story of oneness. It's a story of an equal playing field. We are all the same. No matter the color, the creed, the behavior, the hair, the swag or sauce, we all the same. And when we start to see that there is one energy of life flowing through all of us, through the birds, through the bees, through the trees, through the fishes, through the whales, through the lions and the tigers and the gazelle. That's funny. It's all life. It's all one. It's all an expression of the one source, which is love, which is pure acceptance, which is consciousness. Consciousness. Your ability to be aware. Your ability to know thyself as itself, as God. And the only thing that limits us from experiencing the divine story of who we really are is because we can think. And with our ability to think, we create beliefs and we create identities and we create behaviors and we create systems and we create separation. But where does the ability to think come from? The ability to think comes from the divine. The ability to create a story comes from the divine energy of life and God flowing through us. And with this nature, we are able to create. With our thinking power, we create separation, but it's an illusion of separation because it's all one. It's still the same source. It's still God. It's still oneness. It's still being experienced within the same ecosystem, within the same experience. And that's the divine story. That is the foundation that your life is built upon. That is the foundation that everything is built upon, the God story. And when we fall out of the limited human story, we experience the God story, which is happening right now. It's the experience of love. It's the experience of presence. It's the experience of oneness that can be felt right now when we fall out of the human story of little old me, by myself, lack, scarcity, limited, fear, anger, hatred. I don't like this person. I don't like this person. That's the human story. When you come to peace and acceptance with the divine story, and you allow that to bubble up through you and allow you to see life from a different point of view, allow you to have a different perspective, allow your perspective to go from level 1 to level 20, that's when you experience the divine story. And it's really cool because nothing has to change for you to experience the divine story, because the divine story is not a story, it is a real reality. It is a true experience right now. That's what we're doing. You are a reflection of me, and when we start to experience ourselves as reflections of love, as reflections of light, we will do no harm to our brother across the street. We will not be living in lack and poverty. We will be living in wealth and abundance, because that's who we are. We'll experience the best out of life because life is good and God is good. And that's who we are. That is flowing through us right now. It cannot not be flowing through us. Are you here right now? Can you think right now? Are you breathing right now? Is your heart beating right now? If it is, you are one with God. If it is, you are an expression of God right now. And that's all that we have to recognize. That's all that we have to remember. And when all these stories come up, just do this. Put your hand on your heart and say, oh, God is with me right now. I'm alive. I'm breathing. I'm seeing. I'm hearing. When you're angry at somebody, go touch their heart. Oh, they're alive. They must be one with God. We must be the same. That's how we experience the divine. You are divine when you fall out of the limited story, when you start to question your unquestioned belief system, when you start to question the identities that you built, when you start to tear down the mountains and the stories and the everything that makes you against someone else or makes you separate from life, that which you are. And when we experience this, we come full circle back to this now moment where you sit and you recognize yourself as life, as God, as love, and you never did anything wrong, and you're innocently believing that you're something else, and that's okay too, because God is gracious. God allows us to experience and to be however we want to be, and we get to be you and me right now. And now it's time to shine, because you are the light, you are the love, and we're going to keep doing this until we all shining. And I'll see you next time. Much love. Peace.